Good Erev Shabbos, everybody. It's Parshat Re'eh, and I wanted to share with you a thought about the mitzvah of tzedakah. The Torah tells us a few points in this week's Parsha. Number one, it says in Perek Yudaleh Pasuk Chav Beis, tells us about the mitzvah of hafrashas maisos, giving a tenth of your produce to the Kohen, to the Levi, to the Ani, and it says aser to aser. Go ahead and take a tenth, aser to aser, but Chazal darshan aser, give over a tenth, kedei shetit asher, in order that you shall become wealthy. By going ahead and giving away your money, that's an insurance policy that you will accrue wealth, or you'll keep your wealth. This is also referenced in the Gemara Ksubas Daf Samach Vav. The Gemara tells us, melach mamona chaser. Melach, salt, preserves meat. You apply salt to, or before refrigeration, you'd apply salt to meat, it would keep it longer. What is, if you will, the way to keep your money longer? Melach mamona chaser. By having some of your money missing, chaser, that's your way to preserve your money. By giving away to tzedakah, that's your insurance policy for money. In the next parak, again, the Torah tells us a very powerful message. When it comes to the mitzvah tzedakah, parak Zayin Pasuk Tezvav, ki yeh b'cha evyon, me'achad achecha be'achad sharecha be'artzecha, asher Hashem Elokecha nosen lach, lo te'ametes lavavecha. When you have a poor person who's within your midst, do not turn away your heart. V'lo tikpotes yadecha, don't pull back your hand. Rather, ki pasoach tiftach es yadecha lo, open up your hand to him, give to him, make sure that he's taken care of in the manner that he's accustomed to. He's shomer lecha. Be very wary, careful. Penyel davar im levavecha blial. Be stingy, be close to him. Do not go ahead and do so. Rather, nason titain. Go ahead and give to the ani. V'lo yera levavecha. Do not be wicked in your heart. Ki biglal hadavar hazeh. Because as a result of your generosity about your givingness, Yevarechecha Hashem Elokecha bechol maasecha uvechol mishlach yodecha. Hashem will bless you, will give you more as a result of your generosity, as a result of your giving over to others. Rav Pincus develops this idea in his Sefer Tiferes Shimshon. He has a ma'amar on this topic, and he again develops the idea, the importance, the power of going ahead and being generous in tzedakah. When it comes to all mitzvahs, we know that there's a schar associated with mitzvahs. You do a mitzvah, there's a schar b'tzida. But you never are supposed to go ahead and test Hashem, and go ahead and put him to the test, that if I do this, then I know I'm going to get this. The Torah tells us, lo tenasu, a person should not go ahead and challenge Hashem and test Hashem in this fashion. There's one exception, however, to this rule. Of Pinchas writes. What Pinchas says, the pasuk tells us, "Lo tenasus Hashem dvarim perek vav pasuk tezayin." That's all true when it comes to all other mitzvos. However, when it comes to the mitzvah of tzedakah, it's a mefurish pasuk in Malachi perek gimel pasuk yud. The Navi tells us, "Heviu es kol hamaaser beis haotzar." Bring all your meiser to the storage house, ubachanuni gambazos, and test me with this. Im lo eftach lachem es arubos hashamayim. Test me on this. I'll open up the floodgates. I'll open up the heavens. You'll have everything that you need. When it comes to this mitzvah, Hashem says, test me. I dare you. Go ahead and give tzedakah, and you'll see that you'll be the beneficiaries thereof. You have nothing to worry about. That's what Chazal tell us. Tzedakah tatzil mimaves. That tzedakah is an insurance policy against ill things that can happen to you. This is the mitzvah tzedakah, and Rav Pincus writes, what's the idea over here? He says, when it comes to the mitzvah of tzedakah, so money in general is very much a source of danger. It's the source of materialism, and it's something that can easily pull someone away from ruchnius. A person acquires wealth and he wants more and he wants more. A person oev kesef, he loves money. Lo tispat kesef, he'll never be satisfied. He'll always want more. Money, by definition, pulls a person away from ruchnius. Bamed dvar mamurim, however, when it's used for its own sake, when it's used for the sake of its own acquisition. But if you go ahead and take that which is potentially evil, potentially something that's going to pull someone away, but then uses it with Shem Mitzvah, is willing to give it over to an ani, use it for proper purposes, so then it has the capacity of literally being mechaber shamayim va'aretz. You're taking the most physical of things, the kesef, and using it with Shem Mitzvah. That's truly going ahead and integrating, linking up shamayim va'aretz. He even goes so far as to say, again, I have to be careful about my words over here, but he quotes Rav Baruch Ber. And he quotes Rav Baruch Ber referring to the United States of America, which Baruch Hashem has always been an affluent country. And he says, you'll notice that it might be called in some form, they call it a Medina Treifa, not the holiest of Medinos. However, you'll notice that there's never any warfare on the land, on the Adama of the Artzot Habrit. You don't find that. And he says, Rav Baruch Ber says, the reason for this is because this Medina, the Medina of the United States of America, is one that is very affluent, and it uses its money for tzedakah, whether it's on a governmental level supporting, for example, the state of Israel, or individuals supporting various good, positive causes. The nation as a whole is a very generous nation, and as a result, he says, even though it might not be the holiest of lands, but tzedakah tatzal mimaves, it protects people, it protects its inhabitants from bad things. That's an insurance policy you have by going ahead and giving tzedakah. A person can go ahead and guarantee, says the Ribono Shalom, I'll go ahead and I'll open up Arubo Shamayim. The Chafetz Chaim illustrates this point with the following mashal. He says that a farmer went ahead and had a business arrangement. He would bring produce to a merchant, and for every bag of produce, he would go ahead and he'd receive a gold coin. And the way they work it is, the farmer would bring the produce to a given room. They'd mark something on the wall to indicate each bag would get another mark, and after a certain amount of marks, the merchant would go ahead and give the farmer his gold coins. Now the farmer got a little bit suspicious. How do I know that I'm going to bring all these bags and we're marking it off on the wall, but maybe when it comes payday, the merchant will go ahead and erase some of those marks? How do I know it's actually going to go ahead and be there? How do I know that's going to be the case? So he says, you know what, I want a different arrangement. And the arrangement, instead of these markings on the wall, he said the arrangement we're going to go ahead and do is you'll go ahead for every bag, the merchant was going to put a copper coin, and then after a period of time, the copper coins would be counted, and then for each copper coin, the farmer would get a gold coin. Now the farmer couldn't help himself. He saw all these copper coins accruing, and he started to, every couple of days, he would bring some bags, then he'd grab for himself one or two of these copper coins. So what was he doing? A foolish thing. He was going ahead and taking the copper coins, which really represented the gold coins that he could have gotten by snatching the copper coin, so he missed out on what would have been much more valuable, the gold coins. So says the Chafetz Chaim, this is a mashal for people who are a little too stingy when they don't have to when it comes to mitzvah tzedakah, by us going ahead and keeping our 10%, not going ahead and being generous and giving the aniyim the 10%, which is really meshuba to them, that really belongs to them. Hashem gave us our wealth in order to go ahead and allocate 10%, which already belongs to the ani. By us hoarding that 10%, we're actually limiting ourselves. We're actually taking those copper coins and not enabling ourselves to really acquire that bracha of the gold coins. The mitzvah tzedakah is a very hard one for people to do, because we work very hard for our money. We view it as it's our money. Chazal tell us, no, part of our money is meshuba to the aniyim, and we have the right to go ahead and give it to which ani we want to which cause we want to, but it's really already considered, at least viewed to be, as already belonging to the ani, and by us going ahead and properly allocating it, that's aser to aser, that go ahead and be ma'aser, give over, kedei she titasher, in order for you to get those brachos. As you may be aware, the yeshiva is engaging in a small, modest campaign, really geared to the younger alumni, to go ahead and allocate a certain amount of money, meiser money, every single month, $15 a month, $18 a month, which not that big a deal. A couple of drinks over the course of the month, to allocate that monthly to the yeshiva to help us do the work that we're trying to do. On the email that's going to go out, there's a Google Docs. If you can go ahead, whatever you can do, but we're looking for $15, $18 a month that a person can go ahead and contribute and sign up your name on a Google Docs, and we'll go ahead and Be'ez Hashem together partner in order to go ahead and enable us to continue doing what we're trying to do, and Be'ez Hashem, as a result of these schus of the mitzvah tzedakah, that everyone will go ahead and truly have that sense of bracha of aser, give over, kedei shetit asher. Have a wonderful, wonderful Shabbos.